Hello lovely beaders! Today's bracelet is an elegant design with pearls. You can wear it all day long, at work, for your 5 o'clock Prosecco afternoon tea, or at an elegant party. Well, wearing a face mask, of course. Today's project needs some 6mm pearls. Then we need some 11/0 seed beads. For the clasp, we are going to use the split rings, the jump rings, and a lobster clasp. Because we are going to use a right angle weave with 2 needles technique, we must make sure we have 2 needles and the Nymo thread that we usually use. The technique I'm going to show you today gives you the benefit of reinforcing while we work. So at the end you will have a strong, sturdy bracelet holding beautiful pearls in the middle. We start by having a length of a thread with needles at both sides, and the first starting point is to pick up 1 seed bead. We drop it, then we have 1 seed bead for each needle, and then we cross through the 4th seed bead, and this is just a reminder for you of how the right angle weave 2 needle technique goes. So we have the right needle, the left needle, and top and bottom the beads where the thread crosses. Now we build up the unit that we are going to use. So for the right needle we pick up 2, 4, 6, 7 seed beads. 2, 4, 6, 7. For left needle we pick up seed bead, pearl seed bead, and then we have a seed bead where the thread will cross, and we just repeat exactly this sequence until we get the length of the bracelet that we need. Usually this length is, if we are using this type of clasp, about 1/2 inch shorter than the circumference of the wrist. So if I need, for instance, 6.5 inches, I am going to bead for 6 inches. And now let's pick up together the beads. So we have the right needle and we pick up the 7 seed beads, drop them to the middle, the left seed bead, 6mm pearl seed bead, drop them to the middle, and then we pick up the seed bead and the thread that cross. and we just repeat this sequence. If you want to stay with me for one more sequence, we prepare the unit. At the beginning it's easier for you to follow this way, just to prepare it, 2, 4, 6, 7. After a while you just pick the sequence from the stack. Okay, and now we load the needle, the right one, with 7 seed beads that are on the right according to our sequence, and then seed bead, pearl seed bead for the left, and cross the threads. I will continue this bracelet for the needed length of the camera, and when I finish this first strip I will come back and show you how to attach the second strip. Here I have made my 6 inches of beading on the first strip, and we finished together the last unit. So we pick up the last seed bead where the threads will cross, and now we make the little unit with 4 beads that will serve later as an anchoring point for our clasp. And we just create the last 4 seed bead unit, and this is our first strip finished. And now, very important, we must reinforce to make sure that the shape and the length of the strip stays as we want. For this, we pull the thread to make sure there is no thread left in between the beads, and we hold the work like this, and we reinforce by going back 1 or 2 units with each of the needles, and we keep the tension high on the threads. This is a very important step you really have to pay attention to. And after you've reinforced around 1 or 2 units, and you know there is no slack left there, you can make a few knots around the main thread. So again, make sure okay, so this would be 1, and we can go and make another one. Okay, and then just weave in the work. And we can cut the thread, and we do the same thing the same reinforcement with the other needle. We just follow the existing path. We do not create any new thread paths. So here we go around the first unit, then around the second unit, and we leave the thread. We do not cut for this one because we are going to use it later to make the clasp. Let's reinforce one more unit. And then we leave the thread waiting for the clasp. Okay, so this is our first strip ready. Now we create the second strip that will finish off this bracelet, and we start with a fresh length of thread with needles at both sides. And the first unit, we have the right seed bead, the left seed bead we will pick up from the strip, then the bottom one and the top one. So first we pick up the bottom one and we drop to the middle of the thread, then we pick up the right seed bead, and the one on the left we pick it up from the seed bead and is the right seed bead from the first unit, from the 4 beads unit. And now we pick up the bead where the threads cross, and here we have the first connection. Now we start building up the unit that we will keep repeating to finish the bracelet. So we pick up 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the right needle. For the left we will pick up the seed beads from the strip, and then we cross the threads in the last bead. So now let's load the needle, and we have 7 seed beads for the right. For the left we go with the needle through the sequence of seed bead, pearl, seed bead, and this is how we make the connection. And now we cross the threads in the last seed bead. And here we are. We continue like this, so we have for the right 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 seed beads. Then for the left needle we pick up the seed bead, pearl seed bead, and then we cross through a seed bead. Let's load together this right needle. Then from the strip seed bead, pearl seed bead, and then we cross the threads. We pull the threads and we continue until we finish all the beads that are already on the first strip. Here we have finished our last unit with the pearl, and now for the clasp area we pick up one seed bead on the right needle, the right seed bead from the 4 bead unit, one seed bead to cross the threads, and here we have finished the bracelet. Now we are going to reinforce to make sure that the shape is stable, and we just go back on the same thread path. And here we can make one knot. And cut the thread, and we do the same reinforcing with the second thread. And now we turn the thread back so we can use it to attach the clasp. So let's make our clasp with the thread coming out like this. We build up a bridge between the 2 seed beads that started the first square units. Now we pick up 1, 2, 3, 4 seed beads and one of our split rings or closed rings. And then we go around the bridge that we have just made. And now we reinforce this ring of this circle of seed beads. So we go through the 3 seed beads from the bridge and the 4 seed beads that we have added. Maybe 2 or 3 times. Then you can take the thread down one of the small seed bead units, and come back once more. And now we know that the clasp will last. And we just weave in the thread back into the work and make a few knots. Okay, and now we can cut the thread. Now we go back to the other side where we have left our tail, our actually thread, not tail, after we have reinforced the first strip. And now we do the same thing. So we create this bridge here by adding 1 seed bead in between the ones that stick out from those 2 initial squares. Now we pick up 1, 2, 3, 4 seed beads and our closed ring, and we go back, close the circle, reinforce and weave in. And you can do this, and we come back when we attach the clasp. And here we have our bracelet. Let's attach the clasp. We need our pliers, the jump rings and the lobster clasp. We pick up our jump ring, open it, attach to the split ring and then the lobster clasp. And then the other side. Okay. As you see, the bracelet has a 3D look, and this is how it looks. This is a very, very nice bracelet, and the technique allows it to sit very nice. The pearls just sit very nice around the wrist, and is reinforced, and you know for sure that your customer or yourself is going to wear it without too much worry. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and comment, and see you with our next tutorial. Ciao ciao.